Liverpool have won the Merseyside derby, and now Liverpool are 12 points clear still with 8 games to go. Liverpool have one hand on the Premier League title. Let me know, what did you think of the game? What did you think of the referee's performance? I think his name is Sam Barrett, but I don't even think he deserves to be remembered, because he is one of the most awful referees I've ever seen in the Premier League. Either he is corrupt, or he is blind, or he is the worst referee in the Premier League, because both McAllister and Darwin Núñez were both kicked so hard, especially the McAllister challenge where Tarkowski almost breaks McAllister's leg. That deserved the red card 100%. Even rival like Man United and Arsenal fans said it's a stonewall red card. But let's talk about the referee a little bit later. First of all, I want to congratulate a very gritty, champion-like performance by Liverpool, because Liverpool by no means were at their best. And we had to grind this victory out. And Diogo Jota, this is why Arne Slot keeps playing him. Because he has this moment of magic. He was not really in the game. He couldn't really keep the ball well against very physical and very strong and very tall defenders and midfielders. But when he has this moment of magic, this was a classic Diogo Jota type of ball. He plays a 1-2 with Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz backheels the ball to Jota, and then he drops his shoulder and dribbles and glides past 2 or 3 Everton defenders, and then he slots it home into the bottom, like not even in the corner. He just sends Pickford the wrong way. This is a classic Diogo Jota goal, and he deserves this goal so much, because Jota, since his injury, his last injury, he had 2 injuries I think this season, which kept him out for a long time. In total, this was his first goal after his injury and after his last injury, and this was a massive confidence booster for Jota and for Liverpool. And I think Liverpool thoroughly deserved this victory. Yes, Everton scored an offside goal through Beto. Van Dijk had made 2 absolute horrible defensive misjudgments or mistakes, but Beto scores an offside goal, which was offside, and he hits the post. Other than that, Everton didn't really have any clear chances. It was mostly Liverpool who did the attacking, and in the second half Liverpool played much better. Everton, of course, defended with a low block, and they kept hoofing the ball forward, and Konate and Van Dijk, for the most part, dealt with it really well. I felt Robertson was brilliant in this game, and Curtis Jones at right back was fantastic, much better than Jorah Kwanzaa. No disrespect to Kwanzaa, he's not a right back. Curtis Jones is of course not a right back as well, but his passing range is much better than Kwanzaa's, and he was brilliant. Gravenberch and McAllister were great as usual, especially in the second half. First half, the Liverpool midfield didn't cover themselves in glory, but how did McAllister not get injured? This guy is an absolute machine. He is such a hard player in the best possible way, because he keeps getting whacked, tackled, bruised in every single game, and he just keeps going, keeps playing, and he keeps performing at a very high level. No wonder that he's a world champion, and I'm so happy that he's going to be a Premier League champion, very likely as well. And this midfield, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, deserve a Premier League title so much, because they worked their socks off for the whole season. Luis Diaz was electric. This was Luis Diaz back to his best. The international break really helped Luis Diaz, because he was sensational. He kept tormenting the Everton right back, O'Brien, who is actually a pretty good right back, to be fair to him, but Luis Diaz was just electric. He worked so hard, and he gets an assist, and probably he was the man of the match, Luis Diaz. And see you later, Everton. After that Merseyside derby shambles that was the last game, the referee tried to screw Liverpool over again, but this time Liverpool won the game despite the referee. Everton were with 12 men basically, instead of being with 10 men, because they had 1 man more. The referee was with Everton. Everton got all the 50-50 decisions, and also they were very physical on the Liverpool players, which is fine, but they went over the top so many times. The best two examples is the McAllister incident where Tarkowski kicks the ball away, but intentionally went through McAllister, studs up. It was intentionally a leg breaker. How does the VAR think it's not a red card? Referee gives a yellow. That's a dead disgrace as well, because the referee was so much closer. I could see even through the TV screen that it was a red card. I didn't even need a replay. I shouted at my wife. We were watching the game together. It was a red card. In real time I saw it. I knew what Tarkowski was trying to do. He was deliberately trying to use the winning the ball as an excuse to go through McAllister and to leave one on him and to try to injure him. It's a dangerous, very, very dangerous tackle. If you let tackles like that go unpunished, I mean, if you don't punish that with a red card and a 3-match suspension, then the Premier League is gone. The Premier League is finished. The Premier League is over, because then a lot of teams will just injure the opposition's best players without getting a red card. There was an incident in the second half after Liverpool were 1-0 up. Jota went off to a standing ovation. Darwin Núñez came on, and he was very good, Darwin Núñez, I have to say, as a substitute. Dominic Szoboszlai gets kicked after he kicks the ball forward. The referee waves play on instead of giving a free kick, and that's fine. That was the right decision. But then, the ball gets played back to Pickford, and the pass is short. And the referee decides to blow the whistle then, when Darwin Núñez is racing through to get the ball. He toe pokes the ball past Pickford. It's rolling towards the goal, and then Pickford, very late, kicks Darwin Núñez instead of kicking the ball away, and it was in the penalty area. But even though the ball was not in play, because the moron idiot of a referee blew the whistle early after giving advantage, like give advantage properly or don't give it at all. This brainless stupid idiot blew the whistle. But even after the whistle is blown, you should get a red card for that, Pickford. You dirty cheat. Because Pickford injured Van Dijk the exact same way. And the referee didn't give him a red card at that point as well, because it was after offside. So after you blow the whistle, after the offside, you can blatantly injure an opposition and you don't get a red card. It's just absolutely brainless. The Premier League referees are absolutely useless. They are the worst referees out in the top 5 leagues. Absolute disgrace. If Liverpool didn't win this game, this would have been another scandal. But not too many people will talk about this, because Liverpool won the game. But the whole PGMOL needs to get dissolved. Howard Webb needs to get sacked. Most of the referees needs to get sacked, and bring referees over from overseas, and also educate people on separate VAR duties. So you should employ people who are not from the refereeing body in England, and just train them to operate VAR. And because you shouldn't be mates with each other. When you are a VAR referee, you should be independent from the referee. You shouldn't be one of his best friends. It's absolutely disgraceful. Mo Salah was pretty good as well. Everton defended him well, doubled or tripled up on him again. Sadly, Alisson couldn't play because he was still in concussion protocol, failed the last test before the game. So Kelleher played and he was pretty good, but he didn't have to make a save, to be honest, because the Beto goal was offside. And this Everton team is such a typical David Moyes and Sean Dyche team. They are playing dirty, always long balls, very, very physical, but I felt that Liverpool defended pretty well, and we deserved the win, we deserved the clean sheet. If you look at the statistics, Liverpool created, 17 shots, 1.4 xG, 74% possession. Liverpool played football, Everton just played hoofball, and they played this physical game. Everton had 0 shots on target, only 5 shots. Liverpool had like 11 corners or 12 corners, Everton only had 4. So it was Liverpool who played football, and we tried to play football in the second half. And the second half, Liverpool were actually much better than in the first half, because in the first half it wasn't Liverpool's best performance. But after the League Cup final, the demoralizing awful performance and the demoralizing defeat, after going out on penalties in heartbreaking fashion in the Champions League, Liverpool needed a reset during the international break, and this was the perfect game to restart Liverpool's season. because this was a Merseyside derby, so all the players were really up for it, the crowd were up for it, and Liverpool now have just 8 games left. Fulham away is going to be very tough. They are a very, very good team. But if Liverpool can get a win there and then we beat West Ham and Leicester, I think we are home and dry. Liverpool need 4 more wins to guarantee themselves the title. Not mathematically, because then we need another draw, but our goal difference is so much better than Arsenal's goal difference. 13 goals better. So hopefully Liverpool will win the next 3 games, and then we can go into the Tottenham game potentially being able to seal the title. It would be absolutely sensational if Arsenal come to Anfield and they have to stand guard of honor to Liverpool. And Liverpool have 5 games before we play Arsenal. So if we win 4 of those 5 games, and I mean, we can beat Fulham, we can beat West Ham, Leicester and Tottenham. Against Chelsea, you know, who knows what shape Chelsea are going to be in. But hopefully Arsenal will have to stand the guard of honor, because that would serve them right after Arteta said that he will only give up the Premier League title race over his dead body. And Waterwendo came on for Mo Salah, and he is just the clincher substitution. When Waterwendo comes on, the opposition says, that's it, the game is over, Endo will shut things down. And he didn't touch the ball after coming on for the last 4 minutes, but he's a brilliant player. And I think Liverpool need to make some big decisions, because it looks like Chiesa is still not fancied by Arne Slot. I think he should have maybe come on, but hopefully we will see in the run-in the more of Chiesa, Harvey Elliott. I want to see Kwanzaa get some minutes as well, but especially Chiesa and Harvey Elliott should get plenty of playing time, especially after Liverpool seal the league, so Arne Slot can see how good they are. Liverpool need to make a lot of big decisions. The most crucial ones are keep Van Dijk, keep Salah. You need still probably 4 or 5 big players to be signed. But hopefully Liverpool will seal the title early, so we can start working on our transfer business with 3 or 4 game weeks to go. And I cannot wait for Liverpool to witness the Premier League title win with finally fans in the stadium. And this could be just my 2nd Premier League title, the 2nd league title in my lifetime that Liverpool win, because the last time Liverpool won the league with fans in the stadium was in 1990. That's an awfully long time ago, 35 years ago. Yeah, I was an absolute little baby at that point. So I really, really hope that Liverpool don't have another hiccup before the Liverpool-Arsenal game. And I want Liverpool to beat Arsenal at Anfield and to rub their faces in it that Liverpool are champions. And then we go again next season. And Arne Slot needs to be given at least £200 million by FSG, because we need to sell a lot of fringe players, a lot of deadwood, and Darwin Núñez. And I would actually keep Luis Diaz, because if he doesn't really want to move, I would keep him around and maybe sack Núñez and one other attacker, either Jota or Chiesa. But I love Jota, I love Diaz, I even love Chiesa, so this is a tough decision. The only player that is definitely getting sold from the attackers is Darwin Núñez, and then Liverpool need to make some big decisions on who else to sign. But that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.